Hello, everyone. Happy New Year. I was gonna come and say hello yesterday and wish you all the best and give you an update on my weekend, but I was just kind of like, blah. I actually started looking into more things about my prolonged fasting and more hip exercises. Y'all know that I've been working on strength. We'll get into that because that is definitely coming from my Advent preparation into the New Year's resolution. But prolonged fasting is the thing that I was researching, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to give this a shot. I'm only going to do 72 hours at this point. If I feel better, if I feel as good as I do now, I might go more. I'm just going to pay attention to what this body is feeling and how it's experiencing this whole prolonged fasting. So what is prolonged fasting? It's basically drinking water. There's zero food, and you can work out. You can have electrolytes. You can have black coffee and tea. I had 2 little shots of coffee this morning because I was just concerned with the caffeine headache thing that I might have. So I'm like, I've got to have some coffee. So I just took 2 little shots, black, no sugar, no cream. And that's it. I've just basically drank water. Oh, and I have taken vitamin D and vitamin C. And I took magnesium last night because I was starting to get running legs. I don't know if you ever go to bed and your legs start moving and you can't stop moving them. Well, I took magnesium and I'm not doing that again because those on an empty stomach really almost had me getting sick. Ugh. So let's go back to my weekend. It was awesome. We just ate and drank. And it was about 9 o'clock on New Year's Eve. And I just kind of was like, I'm done. Like we had filet mignon, like this thick, huge. I ate the whole baked potato. There was zero bodily mortifications going on over the weekend for sure. But I loved it. Don't get me wrong. But then 9 o'clock on New Year's Eve, I just put everything down. I'm like, okay, I cannot drink anymore. I can't eat anymore. I was like full up to here. And then my girlfriend's like, what? We are not going to bed before midnight. We are going to continue on. And so I did. And we brought the champagne out. It was 11:59. And I had a chocolate chip cookie with bacon in one hand and a glass of white wine or champagne. Both I was doing in the other. Stupid, horrible tasting together. They do not go. Don't recommend it. And so since that 12 o'clock New Year's Eve, I haven't had a bite of any food. And I feel great. I'm not hungry. I woke up with a little bit of hunger this morning. And 9 o'clock in the morning on New Year's Day, I had a little bit of hunger in the car on the way home, but that was it. I cooked my husband some food. I didn't lick my fingers, didn't take anything off of the plate. I am amazed. And I think it has to do with the fact that I have been doing intermittent fasting for a while. So my body is not that unfamiliar with not having food for a while. So intermittent fasting is eating between a certain amount of hours in a day. You get a window. There's all these different ranges depending on how beginner you are and all that kind of stuff. But there's something to be said about the body not always digesting food. We in this Western culture are so lazy and we eat so much that our bodies really never have the opportunity to repair themselves. At least that's what I got in this video. And if you want this, I'll put this link in the video, in the description, if you want to check it out yourself. I don't need to hear everybody say, oh, that guy is blah, blah, blah. I don't need that. I'm trying this. It makes sense to me. I've done research. I'm not just going to go listen to someone and jump on a bandwagon like I used to. Do a little bit more research. And I truly believe it makes sense. This is how God made our bodies. They're beautiful. They're brilliant. And they heal themselves if we allow them to. Let me just share. Getting the glasses on. Okay, here are 8 benefits that he put, 8 benefits that he puts on this list. Between 48 and 72 hours. But you can go beyond this. In this video and in a couple of other videos that I was watching, he was saying that you can do it 5, 7, 10, 30, 45 days. A man with stage 4 cancer. I just can't remember what cancer it was, but he was also very overweight. He fasted. There's dry fast with no water, but he did it with water, and he supplemented himself with nutrients. This says to take a multivitamin, and I'm afraid of multivitamins on an empty stomach because I've gotten sick on them before, and it is no fun. I want to read you the 8 benefits that he says because they're phenomenal. Phenomenal. Sorry, whenever I hear that word phenomenal, I think of phenomena. Do, 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 do. Okay, number 1, regrow your brain. I don't know about you, but I need some brain regrowth, especially after this weekend. And no, I wasn't wasted. I drank more than I should. There's no question about it. Taking that to confession. Increases the mitochondria. Autophagy. I don't know how you say it. Autophagy. And that is when your body eats the other dead protein, the like scar tissue, the stuff that's just in your body but not doing anything. It will cannibalize it. So when you're eating, your body will eat things like viruses and cancer. This gentleman cured his cancer by allowing his body to defend itself like it can and should. That's amazing. So you can read more or you can do more research on autophagy. I think that's how you say it. I don't know. I'm no doctor. By the way, disclaimer. I am not a doctor. Just research on your own. Listen to your own body. That's my best advice. And pray through it with God, you know. That's what I did. I said, Lord, I've never not gone this long without eating. I think my body could use it. I've got some autoimmune deficiencies. I do. So not only are my hips hurting, but I have this, what they call vitiligo, where you just have missing pieces of pigment. So I have white spots. You can really see them in the summer, but that's an autoimmune deficiency. And they basically say, we can't tell you what it is, how it got there, or how to cure it. And a lot of prolonged fasting can address that. Enhance your stem cells, decrease inflammation, decrease tumor growth, increase antioxidants. And the last is that cells are more resistant to stress. Did you know that people get autoimmune deficiencies more often when they have a stressful situation in their life or a loss? Isn't that amazing? So your cells and your stress and the cortisol and whatever's going on in your life, they impact your health and your immunity. So I don't know. I'm looking for my brain to regrow, to increase my mitochondria, to eat my dead, gross cells that are just sitting in there. I don't know what they're doing. Decrease my inflammation. Oh, that's what I want. That's what I want. Because I'm telling you, I was so swollen and my knuckles and my knees and my hips and everything was just inflamed. This was sugar and alcohol and food that was not healthy for me. I didn't eat, oh yeah, we had 2 salads, but otherwise it was nachos and, dips and chips and just bad stuff. And I guess that we're supposed to fast. Archbishop Vigano, what did he say? We should fast for the January 6th prisoners on the 3rd, 4th, and 5th. I'm a little off. I'll still be doing the 3rd, but I won't be doing the 4th and 5th. Well, who knows? I might. My husband isn't really wild about this, but he said, I don't need you passing out on me. I said, don't worry, I won't do it if I'm not feeling well. Oh, and by the way, you can have electrolytes. So if you do something like this and you are feeling lightheaded or your muscles are achy and you're feeling weak, just have some salt, have some potassium, and you're good to go. So that's my New Year's. It's been wonderful so far. I'm super excited to see what happens over these next few days. I feel amazing. I'm really quite shocked, to be honest. Although I will, I will have to say that my breath is so bad, it could knock a buzzard off of a poop wagon right now. That's one bad thing. And I'm still working out. So I'm doing a lot of these hip flexor muscle strengthening kind of exercises around my hips to stabilize all that's kind of going on there. And I'm feeling so much better, even though I was working out. That's another thing. Air just comes up. I was on my podcast this morning and all of a sudden I burped. I just did the same thing. Sorry, had to keep that. I'm going to keep that in. I think it's, you get the real deal with me. So I've been bringing over my working out from Advent, but my workouts in Advent weren't really focusing on the areas that are so super weak. Like I need to build up some basic muscles before I do all of these other high intensity, workouts and stuff. So I'm kind of shifting my gears there, but still definitely moving for strength. That is the word. Strength for me this year. I want to be strong, mind, body, soul, and spirit. So what are you doing? How is it going? Put your comments right down here so that we all can help each other on this wonderful journey. Don't forget, every time you're doing something, no matter if it's supposed to be a religious thing or not, bring Jesus into it and everything will be easier. Everything will be better. Trust me, trust me, trust me. And if it's something that is a temptation to you, you will be able to fight it. I have not had to ask God for help yet. What I have done is said, thank you, God. Thank you for making me feel so good. I'm pleasantly surprised. I'm more than surprised. I'm super, super happy. This is almost as good as I felt when I did the juice fast. But I was actually drinking something, and bringing in nutrients. But remember, when you do prolonged fast, it's not like I'm starving myself. My body will eat what it needs to eat, the fat. It's not going to go after my muscle, not in the early stages. I mean, if I did this for a real long time and I'm in starvation mode, then yes, it's going to go to my muscles. But trust me, I have plenty of fat and plenty of probably autography or whatever the heck that word was, got plenty of yucky proteins that need to be eaten that my body can survive on. So, okay, it's literally getting darker and darker and darker as I continue with this. So I'm going to let you go, but I do want to hear from you. And I want to say thank you to everyone who supported me in some way, shape, or form. Through my book, through donations, through my 40-day prayer course, through faith coaching. I am so grateful. Through sponsoring my podcast. I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. And if any of you want to do that to help support this channel and all of the efforts, you can go right down to where it says save and share. There's a thanks button and you can donate there as well. And if you don't want to, that's fine too. I'd love your prayers, but just throwing it out there. Can't hurt to ask, right? All righty, everyone. I love you all. I'm so excited to see what you are doing for your resolution. And if you fell, get back up. Get back up. By the way, I saw a meme on that. It was great. You know how you mark 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you slash it with 5 and 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you got 10. Well, one of them had 9 and it said fall, and the other one had 10 and it said got up. So as long as you have that one more get up, you're on it. You're doing it. That is what life is all about. It really is. So if you have fallen, and if it's a big fall, get to confession, but just go right back to God and ask him to guide you and lead you. And don't forget your deliverance prayers. I almost forgot about them. Use them all the time. And hey, try some intermittent fasting. Try some prolonged fasting. Try some new stuff. Research new stuff. I'm telling you, I'm super jazzed to be looking into this. It's almost like learning something new, and I really should know how my body works. I'm 52 years old, and I'm realizing that If I have a sore muscle here, that it could be a countering muscle that needs strength. And all of the muscles work together, that the joints, the bones themselves are most likely not the problem. That we should always look at the muscle first. It's really, really, really cool. So maybe that's something that you need to do, is learn something new to help you again in whatever it is that you're trying to work on. Mind, body, soul. Okay, everyone, sorry, I'm going to let you go. This was a longie. I love you. Find something more with God. Tell me what your resolution is, and let's keep walking through 2023. I'm so blessed to be here. Speaking of blessed, have a blessed and inspired day.
I finally found something